Oh, I didn't realise you were already there. Bruno, where did you go? Oh, Bruno, oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm so sorry, darling. What happened to you? Oh, I got a little excited dancing and I knocked him off the couch. Are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, take a seat here. Oh, Bruno, you know you got a bear behind you. Don't look. Oh, well, how are you today? I've missed you. Where have you been? Ah, yes. You know, I was talking with a friend of mine tonight, and we were talking about how it was in school for us, you know. And that got me to thinking about some of the things that I saw happen in school when I was just a young girl. And I thought, you know, I wonder if some of those things still happen today. And I thought, I hope not, because, man, school was a little rough, you know, especially with this hair. Everybody always wanted to pull on it and everything because it was so big and fluffy. And the things they said, you know, weren't very kind either to me. Hey, Fluffball, what are you doing with all that hair? Why don't you cut it off? Why don't you trim it? I bet they use your head for a mop, you know. Mop the floor with that head, you know. Ha-ha. Maybe, did you get all that hair off of a lamb or a sheep? Maybe you could help give that hair to somebody else that don't have no hair, you know, and all these things that go on and on and on. Now, not really saying kind things, you know. And you know, I just have to be honest with you, quite honestly. Well, that would be honest, right? Hurt me feelings when people make fun of me hair. Well, I can't help it if I have a lot of hair, you know. I mean, my hair is what it is, and, well, it's me hair. And why would somebody make fun of me hair? Is it because, well, is it because they want my hair? I don't know. Is it because they don't have much hair? They don't know how to comb it? I don't know. I don't know. I suppose. But you know, I always wondered why somebody would look at me and laugh. What is it about me that people find funny when I was a young girl? I mean, I wore pretty dresses and fancy shoes, and, you know, we used to have to wear socks up to our knees and such, and well, those were kind of hot, you know. Now I see young kids and running around with shoes on with no socks, and I always wonder, well, like, where are your socks? And then somebody pointed out to me, oh, well, they're no-shows. I'm like, no-show? What did they not show up for? They said, oh, no, not that kind of no-show. The no-show in your shoe. And I'm like, the no-show in my shoe? I'm still not getting it. They said, no, they don't show. Like, the sock doesn't show above the shoe. And I'm like, oh, that kind of no-show. Oh, I thought you were talking about they didn't show. I'm like, well, I don't see the sock. Of course it didn't show. They said, no, the sock doesn't show because it doesn't show. And I'm like, oh, that's why it doesn't show. Okay, I'll get why. But, you know, so they said they're no-shows. I'm like, well, why don't they just call them short socks, you know? Say that 3 times fast. Short socks, short socks, short socks. Yes. But, you know, we wore those knee-high socks and they got hot, and that's the kind of socks that we had. They weren't great with dresses, you know, but we don't wear those these days because people look at them and they laugh at you again. There's with the laughing thing again, you know. Kids really need to be kind. But I started thinking, you know, when they would make fun of me hair, then when I get my feelings hurt, and I'd leave school, and oftentimes I'd run home, and, well, I didn't want to admit this, but I used to cry. And half the time I was running home from school all by myself. and no one to cry to. And I'd be lonely, you know. And I'd stop at the blueberry bush, which wasn't too tall. I really don't know why, because it didn't give me any shade, you know, but when you're crying, you can't really see well, and you stop at the first thing. So I stopped at the blueberry bush one day. I was crying. So sad because, well, people making fun of me, you know. I couldn't help what I was wearing. I mean, it was what we had. I couldn't help it. My hair was that way. We didn't have the money for me to go and get it cut, you know. You know, I had all these brothers and sisters and siblings and things in the house, and we didn't have a lot of money. And I just remember the laughter, you know, and the unkind words. And you know, they didn't even know me. They didn't even ask to know me. I wanted to know them. But all they could say was, "Your hair! You're gonna mop the floor with it." I remember the teacher used to say, "Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about." Sure sounds like they do to me. Every day, picking on me and such, you know. And I'd leave school all upset, and by the time I got home, well, of course, I had to put a smile on my face because I couldn't tell me mum and pop what was going on in school. I didn't want them to know. And I was kind of afraid they might say, "Get over it," you know. You never know what your parents are going to say, so I just didn't say anything. And of course I didn't want my siblings picking on me. Who wants more people picking on you when you get home, you know? And then in the morning I'd have to get up and go to school, and you know, standing there in front of the closet, trying to decide what I'm going to wear, what will I be able to wear today that somebody won't call and make fun of me. Now, very few clothes to pick from, you know, so that was another thing. I didn't have much, and so I wore the same outfit a lot of times, which, well, a lot of people weren't very kind, you know. You'd start the whole thing all over again. And I'd ask myself, why do they have to be so mean like this? Why is it that they have to say cruel words? I have very few friends, you know. I hope you're not one of those people who says cruel things at people at school, or to your siblings, or to anybody else. Because like me, it makes them sad, you know. I remember many days crying under that blueberry bush. I don't know why I didn't pick a taller tree, quite honestly. It gets so hot out there, you know, with my knee-high socks on and me dress and all this hair. By the time I got there, I was a wringing wet mess by the time I got home. Oh, I can't even think clearly right now to tell you how it felt. Just painful, you know. I don't think people realise that they hurt other people's feelings when they do that. Nowadays, they put it on social media for everybody to see. I mean, you're not just getting 10 people, but you're getting hundreds of people commenting, hundreds of people picking on you about your hair, about your outfit, about the things that you're wearing, and oh, I don't know what I'd have done if I had hundreds of people laughing at me. It was bad enough with 10 people, let alone hundreds. I don't know. I feel bad for kids today. Those that have to check social media to see if someone's lied about them again today, or someone's made fun of their hair, fun of their outfit, you know. I think we've got to realise that not everyone has a home like we do. You know, some of me kids' friends, well, some of those people are living in the woods. Some of them are living in a hotel. And they've only got one room, and they've got very few things to their name, and they've got very few clothes, and a lot of times they're wearing the same shirt every day. Do you think they like that? Do you think they feel good? Do you think they feel clean and happy? I don't think so. I tend to think they might feel like I did. Sad that they've only got one or two outfits. Sad that they're living there. Sad that they get made fun of every day. Sad that they don't have the ability to wash their clothes, you know. They'd like to have a new outfit, new shoes, and all the latest craze, you know, with shirts and pants and such. And the no-show socks, you know. They'd even like to have a comb. Or a brush, even. I mean, some of them would love to have a toothbrush of their own. But they don't have that, right? You know, it would help them if you were kind to them and not made fun of them. You know, Jesus taught us in the Bible about being kind to your neighbour, about being kind to each other. Because we don't know what people are going through. We don't know how they're suffering, dear. And we've got to be kind to people. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know if their mom and pop lost their job and, well, they're in the woods because they've lost their home. Then the wet, rainy weather, afraid in the night when all kinds of noises, especially frogs, are all around them making their noises and they can't sleep and getting bit by bugs and the mosquitoes and, oh, wild animals. We just don't know where these people come from. So that's why we have got to be kind to them. When we're in school and we see somebody that's wearing the same shirt every day, we must ask the question, are we being kind to them? Are we being a friend? Because they need a friend more than they need somebody making fun of them. They do. Next time you see somebody that's not eating lunch, ask them why. Is it because they don't have any money to eat lunch? Maybe they're not feeling good. Maybe they're struggling because they've been picked on. Maybe they need a friend, and you can be that friend to them. We all need a friend, you know. I needed a friend when I was a little girl. I especially needed that friend when other people were making fun of me. Oh, it would have been nice to have a friend to just cry to, you know. It would have been nice. Maybe if I had a friend, I wouldn't have been under the blueberry bush so many times. Oh, I came to love blueberries, you know. So I guess that was one good thing to come out of it. But I learned that I need to be a good friend as well to somebody who's struggling. It reminds me of this story that I want to read to you, titled Good Sam. Yesterday at recess, but I fell down and I cut my knee. I hoped and prayed that someone would come by and rescue me. Oh, the first to stop was teacher's pet, the prissy Meg McClud. But she just took off screaming, "Yuck! I hate the sight of blood!" Oh, and then I saw Josh coming, the coolest jock in class. But he just ran right by me on his way to get a pass. So as I lay there hurting and feeling awfully weak, who should come up to help me? A kid we call the Geek. His name is really Samuel, and he is pretty nerdy. But as I hobbled to the nurse, Sam's arm felt strong and sturdy. My knee is in a bandage now. I know that it will mend. I'm kind of glad that I fell down, because I found an awesome friend. Think about it, my young friend. Are you being an awesome friend to someone? Because I sure hope that you're not the one being mean to somebody at school. I hope not. Look, you are loved, you are important, and you need to be kind. Well, I've got to go. I've got my friends here. They're a little hungry. I thought about giving them a hamburger today. It was left over from last night's dinner. I couldn't finish the 1 pounder. Yes, a 1 pounder. I tried. Well, you know, I ordered it because it was cheaper. Then I could get 3 meals out of it, you know. A quarter pound. Wait a minute, that would be 4 meals a quarter. Oh, I gotta work on my math skills. All right, well, ta-ta. Bye-bye.